I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love to.
सो हाय गाइज़, वेलकम बैक। आज हम आ गए हैं तिलक नगर में हम इसलिए आए हैं क्योंकि मैं जहाँ जिस ट्यूशन से मैं पास हुआ था आइल्स के पेपर के लिए, और वो भी विद इन 15 to 18 डेज़ मेरे अच्छे बैंड्स आ गए थे। हम उन सर के पास आए हैं आज उनको मिलने के लिए, और इस वीडियो में गाइज़ वो आपको टिप्स देंगे कि हाउ टू गेट गुड स्कोर इन आइल्स और आप कैसे प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हो आइल्स के लिए। मैं उनका एड्रेस भी डाल दूँगा, उनका कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर भी डाल दूँगा ताकि आपको ईजी हो जाए। और ये तिलक नगर में ही है, तो चलो अब सीधा सर के पास चलते हैं। So guys, he is Aman sir. Just because of him, I passed my IELTS exam within 15 days and I got 7 bands. Like, it's unbelievable for me to get 7 bands in just 15 days. So he will give you tips at how you will get good bands in your IELTS exam.
Well, once again, a very good evening to everyone. My name is Aman Rhino, and I've been involved in teaching IELTS for almost 2 decades in a row, and we possess a very strong reference across the continents. And let me tell you, Dhruv is one of my very great boys, and he happens to be so charismatic, so dynamic, and I must say he's very impelling, and he's been doing wonderfully well across Canada and United States. So today he's asked me to give some basic tips on IELTS, and well, obviously, in case if you want to crack down your test with a good score, so I just want to give you some very basic, precise tips which will quintessentially help you to score prolific bands in your IELTS and be able to do wonders in your life and career. Starting with writing, you should just make sure that first you should take care of your word limit, paragraphing, and at the same time you should always have a range of proper vocabulary that is known as lexical flow. Take care of the word limit, and also make sure that you are always able to proofread the content before you submit to the examiner for the bands and for the overall approbation. Both for report and essay you need to follow, and obviously as and when you attend my my sessions and subscribe to my respective channel, you'll be able to find more contents in detail. Today I'm just giving you very laconic and precise tips that would help you. Well, moving on to the speaking round, obviously there are 5 parameters where your speaking scores are evaluated, so just focus on these. Number 1, obviously your accent, pronunciation, content, clarity, the beginning and closing, vocabulary, and correct grammar and body language. Well, now reading and listening also are very important modules, and I would definitely advise all of you to watch some of my respective videos which I've been making, which are much at length in detail, where I've explained and solved the readings, like obviously reading the questions first, looking at the subject, and then skimming and scanning, and then basically zeroing down to the entire content, doing the time management that would help you. And finally in the listening, making sure that you should listen to the conversation in a very appropriate manner, and during the pauses read the questions as much as you can. Try to get the gist of the conversation by understanding the speakers will often drop a few words, so you have to just pick up those words and then formulate the answer and pick up from the running conversation. And apart from that, write in answers on in a sequence, and you should take care of capitalization, slashes, plurals should be, that S should be in the bracket, and extra parts of the grammar should be in the brackets. So all these range of instructions would quintessentially help you to score good bands. I wish you lots of luck for your examination. May you all grow by leaps and bounds, and indeed make exponential growth and bring great and glory to your respective country and to the world around. Thank you so much, and have a great time.
Okay, so sir, most of the students have question like how much vocabulary they should use while in their writing modules or while they have like speaking test.
Well, I think to get a good band of 8.5 maybe, or 9 maybe, at least you should have 8 to 10 high frequency words followed by idiom or a proverb, and maybe a quote that would definitely be like a cherry on the cake. And avoid using idioms for the essay writings, but you can use range of good vocabulary like 7 to 10 high frequency words with maybe one good proverb, and yes, some essay quotes that would definitely indeed proliferate your balance to great extent, and always proofread the content before you submit it to the examiner, and do the time management most effectively.
Okay, so second question is like, sir, I got comments on my YouTube channel as well, that how to do the proper listening test, because most of the students, when they listen to the words, they got confused like what they have to write in their answers. So how they can manage that as well?
Well, I think in the listening it's very important to focus on close synonyms. For example, if the word is popular and in maybe in the question paper, and in the conversation when you're hearing it might be famous, prominent or prevalent. So very important thing is we should pay attention to the close synonyms, because these synonyms would help us to pick up the answer, because it's given very indirectly, it's a bit twisted. So as and when you understand, do thorough practice, and this will definitely maximize your score and minimize your errors, and you will be able to do very effective time management as well. chance. So focus on this thing, as there are some clue words with which you will actually be able to make out the actual answer from the running conversation.
Okay. Sir, any more tips you want to give students, like how can they increase their reading speeds, and how can they solve the modules within a given time? Because while I was also a student here, I have difficulties in doing the reading modules on time, that. But within 15 days, you just taught me that how to do it perfectly within time. So, on that.
Absolutely, that's a very good question, and I must say that obviously it's very important for us to do the time management in the reading. First and foremost, set a timer for yourself when you're doing a practice as well in the training. So that would help you to basically make sure that you should not devote more than 70 seconds to one question. In this way, you'll be able to complete the entire reading in just 50-55 minutes, and after this, the rest of the time you can utilize to proofread the content. And like as I stated, even for readings, it's very important for you to focus a lot on the immediate synonyms, the meanings, the words, because you have to pick up from the same shades. Each word can be used either in a positive or in a negative connotation. So when you read, you have to understand which context it's being used, and then you have to mix and match, and then you have to go back to the paragraph, and then you have to skim and scan at a speed, and with which you'll be able to obviously understand and be able to come up with all the correct answers, I'm sure, and with which, yes, you will actually be able to see not just good bands, but even otherwise your overall general reading speed will increase, your overall comprehension will get better. Trust me, you should read some more newspapers and reading texts which are available as part of the surplus materials given to you. So I'm sure this would definitely help you to improvise and ameliorate your bands.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. These are all the answers which people have finding difficult to get passed in their IELTS exam. On my channel I got commented. So can you give us your address and everything so that people can contact you and come here, right?
Absolutely. So my details are just mentioned below, right on screen, and my contact number is 9999442200, and we are situated in West Delhi, which is very close to Tilak Nagar metro station, and the address is mentioned right here, and my email ID is rhinoaman7@gmail.com. You can feel free to approach us and drop a message either on WhatsApp. You can also follow me on FB and Instagram by Rhino Aman, on Facebook as well as Instagram. I hope that you really do incredibly well in your life and touch new vistas and horizons and make every person proud of you. Thank you so much and have a very great time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
So guys, ये थे अमन रैनो सर. इन्होंने बहुत यूज़फुल टिप्स दिए आपको अपने IELTS के एग्ज़ाम में पास होने के लिए और अच्छे बैंड स्कोर करने के लिए. और ट्रस्ट मी, इफ़ आई स्कोर्ड विद इन 15 डेज़, तो गाइज़ तुम लोग तो बहुत आसानी से कर लोगे. मैं तो एक बहुत ज़्यादा बिगनर, मतलब कहते हैं ना कि ठीक ठाक स्टूडेंट था, तो मैं वैसा सा हूँ. तो यू विल लर्न वेरी गुड. और मैं सर का एड्रेस, यूट्यूब लिंक और सर की इंस्टा ID, फेसबुक ID, फ़ोन नंबर, ईमेल सब डाल दूँगा डिस्क्रिप्शन में. चेकआउट कर लेना. एंड आई वुड सजेस्ट यू, अगर तुम तिलक नगर के आसपास रहते हो तो इंस्टीट्यूट प्रेफर करना गाइज़.